Hello everyone, welcome to another video of my channel. This is my third video on my channel, sorry. Today I'd like to talk a little bit about new rider, things to do as a new rider to get starting in motorcycling. One is set yourself a budget on what kind of bike you're looking at, taking your MSF course, getting your insurance started, all the legal stuff to get ready to start riding. Go ahead and get in your budget for all your gear, as far as helmet, gloves, jacket, decent set of riding boots. I recommend anything not with a shoelace, like even some of the Alpine Stars, like the short riding boots are fine and within a lot of people's budget. And just a decent set of riding pants, even if they're textile, even if the Coach textile, just get decent gear to start up with. I would say everybody's not going to have $3,000 to spend on gear to start with, plus a bike, plus MSF course, all that sort of things. And some of the key things you really need to take in consideration of the MSF course, a few topics that I think really will help everybody. One is the main thing is looking through the turn and not staring straight ahead. Staring straight ahead is what they call target fixation, and your body will naturally follow where your eyes are going. So if you're going into a curve, instead of leaning for the curve and watching the road ahead like you should be, you'll focus on heading straight into the curve, and then if you're not careful, before you know it, you're in the ditch and you just put your bike down. The main thing is, just to look follow where you want to go with your eyes. Look ahead, look through the turn, look at where you want to go, because your body will naturally do that without you even realizing it. Two is throttle control, all your friction zone stuff in the clutch, braking, regular braking, just everyday stuff. Emergency braking, big thing to really learn and get down, as far as they talk about like hours and a clock in the MSF course, where they talk about do an hour at a time, and even do that when you're emergency braking, because if you just grab a handful of brake, if you're riding a bike with non-ABS, like most of you will be doing if you start out riding, because you're not going to spend a whole lot of money on a new bike. And that's one thing I also suggest not to do, is buy a brand new bike, because you may not like motorcycle riding after doing all the MSF course and buying all the riding gear, and it's a lot easier to sell a used bike than it is to try to sell one that still has a loan on it. And not everybody's willing to do that, even if it's somebody's second or third bike. If they're looking to buy a used bike, they're looking to save some money, not what you've got into it because of financing and all that kind of stuff. And another thing MSF course will teach you is how to lean, how to counter steer, body position, different things like that. But the main thing, one of the other main things, is throttle control. You do not want to go into a corner at the appropriate speed like you should starting out riding. Do not want to go into a corner and then be exiting a corner and just chop the throttle like this. You don't want to do that. It's a bad idea. I'll set you up for a real bad day, trust me. All that being said, too, whatever kind of bike you're riding, don't go big horsepower bikes. Myself, I'm riding an 07 Yamaha SC6, which is a 600 four-cylinder, kind of a standard bike similar to the SV650 Suzuki, but instead of being a V-twin, it's a parallel. Inline four-cylinder, which makes about 110 horsepower. So quite a bit for a new rider. Those of you, you just kind of use your own judgment. I really recommend, whether it's a cruiser, a dual sport, a venture bike, that kind of things, you really just don't want to start anything with a lot of power. Really, I suggest, in my opinion, of course that's my opinion, of a new rider, whatever CC it is or however many cylinders it has, don't really get anything over, say, about 60, 65 horsepower, roughly, in that area. Do your research, read what other people think about the bike, whether they're a seasoned veteran rider or not in the review. That doesn't matter. You just want to say, what they think about the bike. Another thing, too, make sure, if all possible, even if the bike you're considering, whatever kind of bike it is, that you can just about flat-foot it if possible. Some of you out there who might be a little shorter in stature, I kind of really suggest something you can really flat-foot, especially if it's a very heavy bike. Like my bike itself, it weighs 450 pounds dry weight, which is no gas, no oil, no extras, no accessories, that kind of stuff, just bone stock without fluids. And I myself are 5 feet 10 inches tall with a 32-inch inseam, and my bike, I believe, has a 33 or 32-inch seat height, and I can flat-foot it, but the way the pegs are positioned on certain roads that are unlevel, I can't quite flat-foot it. I'm on about half my feet are touching, even with my knees straight. So, just a little bit of advice there. Take it as you want, whatever. That's just my opinion. It's just the main things you really want to take and consider of riding a bike, a new rider, is just be real smooth at everything. Be real smooth with your lean, all that kind of stuff. Real smooth with every inputs. Even if you do take the MSF course and say you've got a couple buddies that ride, or a seasoned rider, maybe rode a season or two, go out and ride with them, let them go behind you and follow you, and they can maybe give you some pointers after y'all riding here and there a little bit of some things you might be doing wrong, and praise on things you're doing well. There's so much to take it in consideration, but really once you get out there in the real world and ride and try to really stay, if you can, in the area you live in, try to really stay on back roads with not a lot of traffic at first. That way traffic doesn't make you nervous and you end up getting in an accident, hurting yourself, and maybe them also. But the joy of riding a motorcycle, once you get it down pat and really kind of becomes second nature, like I myself, this is my second full riding season now, and I grew up riding four-wheelers and ATVs and stuff like that, so a lot of the controls of a motorcycle I'm very familiar with. It's just the things of making all your controls work versus the leaning and all that kind of stuff. And really just get out there and have fun and enjoy it, because there's nothing better in the world of riding a motorcycle and just de-stressing and forgetting about all the everyday things of life and just having fun. They say it's not about the journey, it's about the ride itself. Actually out riding and enjoying the elements. Another thing I do not suggest for a new rider to do is riding in the rain, because that is not fun, trust me. Anyways, guys, that's about all I got for today. Hopefully this turns out pretty well and I can post it on my channel. See you guys next time. See ya.